everybody, welcome back to another video from the Unit English channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a very important grammatical issue, which is the articles in English grammar. So in today's video, I'm going to cover the articles in English grammar completely, and you're going to master the essential determiners that shape English nouns. This video will cover everything you need to know about a, an, and the. So follow along to transform your understanding of these small but mighty words. Although they look basic, but even students of C1 and C2 level sometimes make mistakes in using these basic articles. So watch the video till the end, and I'm quite sure you will solve all your problems with the articles. Let's get started. So first of all, let's see what articles are. So the definition: articles are actually small words that specify whether a noun is definite or indefinite. So what are the functions of articles? Well, articles guide readers to understand the nouns that follows. And how many types of articles do we have? Well, basically, we've got two types of articles: the definite article, the, and the indefinite articles, a and an. So, types of articles, we're going to explain each one of them one by one with their details and functions and how to use them correctly. First of all, the definite article. We've got one definite article, which is the, and we use this for specific items. The indefinite articles, which are a and and they are used for non-specific items, and we don't use any articles, or we call them zero article, for general concepts. Now, let's dive in with the definite article, which is the word the. We use the for specific identification. When we both, the listener and the speaker, know which item is meant or which noun is being described. So in this case, we use the because it is specific. We use the for unique objects. Okay, for example, when the item is one of a kind, like the moon, the internet, the sun, the earth. And we use the for previously mentioned items. Use the for nouns mentioned a second time in the context. For example, look at this example. Yesterday, I bought a car. The car is red. Which car is red? The car I bought yesterday. So, when you mention a name or a noun as the second time, it is better to use the to make it specific. And we use the for geographic features like oceans, rivers, and deserts, like the Atlantic, like the Nile, like the Sahara Desert. And indefinite articles, everybody, as I mentioned earlier, we've got two kinds of indefinite articles, which are a and an. So we use a before consonant sounds. Once again, everybody pay attention, it is not consonant letters, it's consonant sounds. Like a book, a university. So why do we use university, and why do we use a for university, although it starts with a vowel letter? Like I told you, we use a before consonant sounds, not consonant letters. So in here, university, the U sounds like U, not a. A $1 bill. So why do we use a $1 bill, a, before one, although one starts with a vowel sound, O? See, like I mentioned before, one in here, O sounds like W, one, a $1 bill. We use an before vowel sounds like an apple, an hour, although this word hour starts with H, but H is silent and we do not pronounce H here. We start pronouncing the word starting from O. That is why we use an hour, not a hour. We say an hour. An MBA degree, an MBA degree. In here, M is pronounced like M, MBA degree. So it has a vowel sound. That is why we use an. Basic rules for articles, everybody should know, everybody. So The first mention, when you want to mention something for the first time or for introducing something new, it is better to use a and an when you introduce something new. Subsequent mention, when you mention the same noun for the second time, switch a or an to de after initial introduction to show that this noun has already been mentioned. And for general statements, everybody, it is better not to use article with plural or uncountable nouns. For uncountable nouns, we usually do not use any articles. And for general statements, it is also better not to use any article. And proper application, everybody, it is very important to match the articles to noun countability and specificity. For example, if noun is countable or uncountable, if it is specific or general, we use the articles based on the countability and the specificity of the noun. Special cases and exceptions, everybody, for the usage of articles. First, sound-based choices. It is better to use a or an based on the sound, not based on the letter. For example, as I mentioned in the previous examples, some words, although they start with a vowel letter, but those vowels sound like consonant, like university. And before silent H, or vowel sounds, and not just vowel letters, like I told you before. Sound-based choices. You choose a or an based on the sound, based on the pronunciation of the word. And the next one, geographic names. Some geographical places, like the Netherlands, use need. Okay, they need the article the. For example, the Netherlands. But for all of them, we do not use the. For example, for France, we do not say the France, we say France. And meals and concepts, everybody. We usually do not use any articles with general meals or abstract concepts. For example, we don't say, I have the breakfast, because that's a general meal. Everybody usually has the breakfast. And languages and sports. We do not usually use any articles with languages or general sports. For example, we don't say, I speak the English, because that's a language. Or you don't say, I play the football, because that's a general sport. Okay, everybody, there's a practice, and I want you to pause the video for 2 or 3 minutes, read the sentences, and try to choose the correct answer, and comment the answers in the comment section below, and let's see if you've understood the articles correctly. Okay, pause the video. Thank you. Now, common mistakes and how to avoid them. Usually, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, not only basic students but also advanced students are also making some common mistakes with the articles. So in this part, I'm going to teach you the most common mistakes, and I'll tell you the ways to avoid those mistakes. Overgeneralizing the. See, it is incorrect to say the cats like milk when you speak generally about all the cats. So, it is correct to say cats like milk. It is a general statement, so because all the cats basically like milk, so there is no need to use the. And confusing sounds versus spelling. Like I told you, you use your article a or an based on the sounds, based on the pronunciation, not based on the spelling. For example, it is incorrect to say hour because H is silent based on the spelling, so I is correct. But based on the pronunciation and the sound, H is silent and we start pronouncing from O. So it is better to say an hour because H is silent here. Uncountable confusion, everybody. So sometimes students usually use the articles before uncountable nouns. For example, they say a water, which is incorrect. We should say water or some water, not a water or an water, because the noun is uncountable. So let's review it, everybody. There are three types of articles. Well, basically, we've got two types of articles based on the English grammar, like the definite article, the indefinite article. And so in some cases, we do not use any articles, which are called zero articles. So we've got two definite articles, everybody. A, we use a for consonant sounds, and an for vowel sounds. Once again, I'm going to emphasize that it is sounds, not letters. You choose a or an based on the sound, not based on the letter. And we've got one definite article, which is the word the, and we use this for specific nouns that are familiar to both the speaker and listener, and they know which noun we are referring to or which noun we are talking to. Okay, everybody, thank you for being with me till the end of this video. We're reaching to the end of this video, and please comment below for the next lesson. And if you've got any questions, any suggestions, any ideas, feel free to comment in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends so that you help them in learning and improving their English. Thank you so much. Till the next video. Bye bye.